It's Danny and I. Hello. I'm saying hello to Danny.
I was afraid because he brought his like blazer and hat and stuff, so I had to pull mine out.
Hat looks awesome. You know? And it's just us again. Making another video we want to talk about.
Sorry. I apologize. I'm on tape.
Should there be more people? Nah, it's Danny and I because it's like we get in deep, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about something we don't really know where we're gonna go with it, but love. And that's such an abstract word. And before I started the video, I was like, my grandmother would always say, Jesse, love is an action word.
And I said, damn, that is a grandma thing to say.
Yeah.
That was an honest, true reaction. And then
I think of that. And I said, yeah, but what's outside of action? Like, what's not action?
Inaction?
Inaction.
Meaning, like, I mean, there are people who have love and it's just stagnant. Like, it's not a moving thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not active. That's not an action part of love.
It's love.
That's such a wide net. It's such a wide net.
Because what is not action?
And your grandmother's love was different.
Yeah, it was. I would say. It's different in that I perceive it differently. I don't perceive it.
Well, how do you perceive it? What's
I don't
different?
perceive, like, love is not, I see it like it's pure. It's not attached to the other sides of love. People talk about...
what's love?
Yeah, what is it? That's the thing. Like, what is it? What is it?
We can say everything and not really like say nothing, because.
So I'm saying when my grandmother would say love is an action word, I'm like, but what if it's not action? What if it's something? What if it's just presence? But presence, I guess everything is action. I don't know.
Presence is an action.
That's yeah.
Like, just think about for real. Isn't presence like to actually like be completely present and actively. Presence is just being actively engaged in everything that's going on around you, right? Like, honestly,
that's presence.
It's not a tiring action like a sport, but it's very much an active
it's very much
thing.
It's motion.
Yeah. So presence, and people aren't present. People aren't present for themselves.
Yeah,
so
you're right. You're right. Okay.
They should not be present for somebody else who ain't present and who's inactive. So.
No, that's what I'm going for. Like, okay, love is an action word.
Yeah.
But what is it at the same? It's
a friend of mine said, he had his finger up and everything. He's like, love is a choice. He did.
Just like that?
Yeah, just like that. He was really teaching. Actually, he was more like this because, he's older. So he's like, love is a choice. Don't let anybody tell you different. It's something that you decide to do when you wake up in the morning to choose to love this person, because love ain't loyal.
Love ain't
loyal.
Love ain't loyal. That's
love.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah, I said love ain't loyal.
Okay.
Love is loyal to itself, I feel like, and
love is loyal to itself.
To itself, yeah, because it's just.
I don't know. Love is. That's
what
is
it?
What
is
it?
The question?
Yeah.
I can't.
And there's not. I mean, I'm not. This video is aimed at bringing what it is, but it seems like it's everything. I remember Jack White was one of my favorite musicians. He talked about how everything has. It's a song called "Love Interruption," and the song's premise is just to announce how, even if by hating someone, you're still acting out of love, even if it's of your own. Like, love is everything. It's the good, it's the bad. And he broke it down so wealthily. I mean, I wish I could insert that in, but it was amazing how he broke that down. Just kind of how love is everything. It's like even if you do something unwillingly, that's how you're acting out of love for yourself or acting out of love for other people. I'm not sure if I'm making any sense, am I?
Well, you're speaking for someone else, so I mean.
Okay.
I think there's the love or the absence of it. Hate feels very differently, even like energetically than in like the actual effect it may have than love. I don't love the feeling of it, and the purpose isn't to hurt.
Right.
You know that I think that's when it becomes a human thing versus just it's.
A lot of people say love is painful, though. They say love is like it hurts and like don't fall. You know, there are people telling people not to fall in love because of the pain that they've endured with maybe their perception of it or whatever. That's why it's so powerful. It's like there's all these other perceptions of love itself.
I think that's more like attachment, though.
You think so?
I don't think that's love. I think that's attachment. Because I've read this thing and it blew my mind. I wish I didn't because now anytime I have some kind of like remark, it's like, well,
that's how I
feel. Yeah, but he says you want to learn something, so you know. But love doesn't keep someone from their destiny, or insert whatever you want. And for the word destiny, I don't. The attachment of thinking that you're losing something,
love
and which is whatever is causing the pain. Love isn't. It doesn't come in and say, "I'm love. Here's pain." That's not how it. I mean, I don't know a lot about it, but just based off of everything, I don't think that's how it works. There's always something else that just was forgotten, that happened, actions that were taken that were not loving.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Or coming from love, or a true love, and which is unconditional. That I do know about it.
Love is unconditional.
The actual feeling of it, not like the how it's acted out, but like the core, how it starts, because all of it starts inside. And then you express it in your language, but it all starts the same. It all starts the same. It is the same.
It's the same.
So,
yeah, like she said, love doesn't come and say, "Here's love," or "I'm love," and "Here's pain."
You were in love.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah. I've personally, individually, have been experiencing that conversation of love more recently, and it's with someone who I was with, and I don't know, it's like I'm starting to question and just see.
I think love is like a scapegoat. Yeah. Is it
a scapegoat in terms of it not being what?
Kind of like, okay, this is what's going through my mind to explain it. So this is where I'm. You know the Jamie Foxx song was like, "Blame it on the goose, blame it on the goose." I got you feeling. Well, you can just put like love in the term of goose, and that's how people feel about it. It's like blame it on love, homie. I had nothing to do with it. You know, all this drama that's coming along. It's love's fault. I you know. So, is that?
I mean,
how the love conversations come into your life, or is it just a conversation of love?
It's not like the blaming thing, like, oh, here's love, I'm falling. It's more like a distinct. I'm familiar with it. Like, I've only been in love once, and I was familiar with that again, and it didn't feel like casual, like, oh, let me just do something. It felt like, what are you gonna do with me? Because it was there, and I knew I had to do something with it. So that's what I've been.
Like an action.
Yeah, it's an action.
Yeah. Go, grandma! Dang!
Yeah. But we talked about this a while back, and Danny, I asked her, have you ever been in love? And she told me she didn't. And that's what made me really want to talk about it, because I don't know why I thought she was in love. Like, I don't know what made me think that, but she said, what'd you say?
I have never been in love.
She's never been in love.
With a single object of my intense affection. Yeah.
And the romantic, when people say, and what we mean is like...
Yeah, I in love in a not romantic, in a universal way. Got that all day. I think that's how most people, where that assumption comes from. Because, yeah. But no, I haven't. I've loved others. I've had, excursions and shit stuff like that. But, no, I never been in love. I haven't found one that has made it a difficult choice to not be, It's always been like, okay, yeah. No,
you don't know when it comes.
Mine is more fun. Yeah.
No, I like that.
That's true.
Say that. Go elaborate on that.
I don't like to say it because it sounds so mean.
It sounds that,
but to me, it's like, I enjoy my own company, like I be having a good time. Yeah. Just even when this is just a blank, it's just white wall. It's all the same, right? And so I have not found anyone yet or we just whatever, that consistently is more better company than my mind.
That's what I was. But most people, I guess, are not so much familiar or accepting of their space, their own space. Mm-hmm. So they feel like they need to bring someone in. When I think, if you feel like that, you need to get more familiar with your own space. Start to develop in you, so that when someone else comes, like you said, it's like you're not as more interesting as I am. Mm-hmm. So why?
Well, it's just it's just knowing what doesn't work for me, and being past the point where I want to. Just try it anyway. Let's just see. It's like, you can just see with yourself. You good. Just wait for something. You good. Go make something. Go create something. I place a lot of value on words. Mm-hmm. And so it makes me weary when people... It makes me weary when things like love are thrown around so quickly. And
does you hold high value?
I hold high value to it, and I don't enjoy wasting my time if I know something about that just not gonna work for me, and I don't like wasting the person's time because I don't come at it from the stance of attachment. Like you are going to be mine, and we are going to be wrapped up in each other so much, and just like the whole you and me against the whole world. That's not. I don't think that's healthy for me. Mm-hmm. To make someone my whole world.
It's so true. I don't think we examine how much we put into that. Like that's saying.
Because let's just say you decide to be yourself and live your life, and the opportunity comes, and like, I can't do anything now because you're gone. Because I can't see the world now because you're not next. I this just don't work for me. So you see, this is the kind of conversation I like to get clear early, so you know where you're going with all this, right? So that weeds out a lot of things in my age group.
Wow.
So,
I mean,
yeah, I don't, and that's honestly, it's also, in truth, the hesitation, because I grew up, when those waves of like serious divorces really happened, when it was going from like the nuclear family to...
You talking about, just the divorce rate.
Yeah, just, things splitting and the whole concept of what it is to be a couple, it's shattered, So this is from studying other people, studying the people that I love, the people that I grew up with, listening to what they tell me. It's all of them were like, we didn't give each other room to grow. We didn't realize once we got started that they're going to grow up. We're going to grow. We might not be the same people, which is a fair right I think everyone has. So.
You're just speaking a lot of the points about...
I'm speaking a lot. Actually. How about you say something?
No, but it's just like... Yeah, I don't think people are ready sometimes to accept all what comes with sharing someone else's space. It's just very important to place care and concern to what you're doing for yourself before you go with someone else. Because like you said, we grow, and you might grow up with someone differently than how you knew them. It's like when you sleep, you don't realize that you're actually growing hair. No one sees your hair growing, you know. Yeah. You don't feel your bones expanding, but you're doing it every day. And that can sometimes be hard to accept.
Yeah.
Because it's like, but I have, and then when you come from that angle, it's like, but you're being selfish.
But you used to be, but she was like this. Mm-hmm. He was like this. He used to. It's like, you're not being present.
Mm-hmm. You're not being present.
You're not taking present action in what you're doing.
It's just easy to do that. So, I mean, but what I'm saying, I don't know. Like, it's like, right now, I feel that. But I also realize that there's a sense of, when something is so good, you just kind of want it to be that. You know, you kind of make yourself believe that, oh, well, this is it, right? Because it feels good, but there's more than just the feeling initially. It has to develop further on. But we get familiar with it, and you're like, oh, yeah, it's love. And it might not be.
It might not be. It might just be familiar. Yeah.
It might just be familiar.
Well, it's like, okay, well, we've been here all this time. It must be.
It must be. But see, that angle is so interesting because it's like, you know, the more you spend time with someone, you really feel, oh, we gonna always spend time.
Well, what that got to do with? Yes, but that's different than love. Being in love with somebody. Yeah. If you just want to be roommates, then cool.
You can do that too.
But yeah, I think it's more than sharing space with someone. Like, you can be comfortable sharing space and get comfortable being with someone. Y'all just friends, but you don't. I think also the spark of every now and then, you know, just like that's gusto for your partner is a crucial part of love too. I think if it kind of makes me like when people in love go months and years because I don't know. I would watch that road. I'm gonna watch that road. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that road.
I was like, which angle should I come at you for that? Love is. I mean, look, that's what we keep going back to. Well, what is it? You know, what is it? What is it? But yeah, we know what it is. It's just But do we? I don't know. Every time it's like a matrix. I'm seeing so many. Where can I go with this? Because it's so many.
For me, one thing that I feel like now, especially like studying a lot and everything, I would want it to be something that's like. When I said earlier that love is only loyal to like itself, you know, it doesn't. It's not loyal to the person just because it's like I'm in love. So now I'm going to stay with you as long as you say I'm in love. It's like it's going to stay with the feeling, you know, and you can either keep riding with the feeling or you can stay put. And so I think in order for that to really flourish in the way that I'll just say I would like, it requires engagement from myself and the other person, and a want to engage of not just like our physical space, but like all your levels, all your bodies. I want to be hitting you, or to be able to connect on, find each other on all of it. You know, it's okay. If I need to go totally like left on your ass and in my mind and go somewhere,
we're not sharing that engagement.
Yeah, you don't have to be like, I'm right there with you, baby. You know, I'm going to go in there with you. But knowing that is a possibility, you know, not being afraid to go to anywhere.
Like anywhere.
Just in your own experience as like just being a human, you know. I think it doesn't have to be a creative person or anything like that, but someone that has that thirst for themselves.
Yeah, thirst for themselves.
You know, and just wants to share that. I think that's important. That's what helps with that non-attachment. Because I think that having the attachment and then calling it love is like, you can't take it from me now. So I don't think that's good.
Is that good?
So that's why it's like, all right, look, this is what you got to know. We about to do some shit. Can we handle this?
Can we handle this? Yeah.
Are you down? And then, because beyond that, I have no clue. Yeah, no one story has ever looked the same. So you know.
No one story has ever looked the same. So I mean, that's what. I mean, what were you all? I would love to read the comments. Let us know what you all think about love and just your experiences with it, if you've had any, and what makes love so familiar.
I would be curious to know, because I feel like I am fully in love in a universal kind of way, right? So even though I may not be like fixated on like a single person, I feel like it's the same, you know, for just any being. Mm-hmm. So, but some people are like, well, you know, the love that you have for your partner is a lot different than the love that you have, or lesser, or more, or stronger, or whatever, than the love that you, like, I may have for this dude, right? Like, or.
So you opposing that?
I'm opposing it.
Okay. Because I grew up with that understanding of it, and now I'm starting to oppose it too. But I grew up with understanding was like, oh well, you love your mom differently from how you love.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah.
And it sounds okay because we don't always think, but we tend to think the physical. Mm-hmm. Like, wow, never physically.
Exactly. It's always the physical expression of it. It's like, yeah, but the feeling.
Yeah, but it's not, it's not just the physical expression of how I love my mom versus how I love my partner. You know, it's the feeling, like you just said. It's not just the physical. Like, why do we engage so far on the physical?
He ain't got no. We learned, so we learned the ranch. I'm sorry, because this is you just into it. I'm listening, but I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna tell you something real quick. No, I totally, I agree. That's cool. Thank you. Because sometimes I be like, damn, you just so alone. What you thinking right now? All right, let me walk you down. Maybe I find out something too. Yeah. One dude left a comment. You're gonna have to dive into that.
Okay. Yeah.
We can do it now.
No, we can do it.
We can go there. I could trust.
We ain't trying to hit at you all these. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, damn, you just like.
I know.
But let us know what you think. We're gonna start talking about the other thing in another video. But thanks for watching. It's all for love.